I want to welcome you to this week's episode. As you can see, we're out in the woodlands and I'm just immersed in this amazing condition of fog. I came out here thinking I was going to get this epic sunrise. This cloud coverage over the mountain right now in this forest is going to make for some really beautiful landscape and really nature photography. And the fog that is just covering the mountainside right now just gives this eerie feel, and I'm really hoping to be challenged with some composition, but also to come up with some beautiful photography today. Each time I visit this magical place, known as the Rim of the World, I am met with very pleasant conditions for photography. I find that there is always something new and very special to discover out here. The first image I want to take is a simple composition with a boulder on the right and a large tree stump on the left that are acting as framing devices for me. And as you can see, behind the boulder on the right is also a tree that is helping to draw our eyes into the beautiful open patch of mist covering the meadow. My search for another composition would not take long, as I noticed a solitary tree that is in the midst of the same meadow just further down the trail. For this particular image, I'm in manual mode at 0.3 of a second on the shutter speed. I have f/16 aperture and my ISO is 100, and I have a 2-second timer delay to help avoid camera shake. And once again, I look to my electronic leveler to make sure that I have an even horizon line. I actually took several images here, and the image that I liked the best was this particular image that was taken with my camera in a horizontal position so that I could fit the entire tree in. For this composition, I'm also really enjoying how the sun began peeking through just a bit in order to add some warmth to the scene right now. I also like how there are some scattered fall leaves that are still attached to the tree to add a bit of color. As I continue searching for more compositions in this mystical environment, I have a heart of thankfulness that there's just so much beauty to be discovered in nature, and it's just up to us to open our eyes and look for it. But I am so blessed by the sounds of nature and the abundance of birds and all that is going on around me right now. I'm just really caught up in this moment and enjoying every minute of it. As I continue walking further into the forest, the rain begins to come down a bit harder. But the conditions are so amazing that I am undeterred. I know there are some images to be found here. The composition that I'm working with this time is with this unique looking tree and the branch that I'm using as a leading line going out into the midst. I really like the look of the fall colored leaves in the foreground, along with the patch of green grass, as well as the green plant right here. As I travel on to find a new composition, the rain continues on, and my gear is getting pretty wet. But thankfully, it will begin letting up soon. I am just loving my time out here in the forest with all of this fog. It can get a little creepy at times, but it is just beautiful around here. Should look around and see everything. It's just, nature is amazing. And got another composition that I want to try out, and so I'm gonna head on over to that now. I just wanted to take a quick break and give you an update on what a great, amazing trip this has been. All right, let's go to my next composition. Okay, so how I have the composition set up here is I've got the tree right here as a framing device, and then I've got these trees in the back as a framing device, and then I am really, the main subject is this these little green pine trees in the back, babies amongst giants. The color looks beautiful. We've got fog coming in across the mountaintop, but then also what's really great right now is not only do we have the fog covering the mountain, but we also got sunlight coming out, and that is a key element when you're taking images in the forest, in the wilderness with fog. The sunlight just helps bring pop, helps bring clarity. And so now that I have the composition that I want, the next thing to do is make sure my camera settings are correct. I'm in manual mode. I have 1/6 of a second shutter speed. I'm on an f/16 aperture, and my ISO is 100, and I have a 2-second timer delay. And that will help me avoid any camera shake. really looking forward to getting home and seeing all of the footage that we've collected today. It's been so fun. It's just beautiful. Look at this. So peaceful. Wow, what a morning. I have just been so fortunate to be able to be out here in this woodland environment. Having this cloud coverage over the mountain and the woods is just really giving me a new opportunity to capture a different type of image. You see, I was planning and preparing for this epic sunrise. The weather had forecasted that it would just be partly cloudy today, and so I got up here early for that. But you know, you've always got to be adaptable out in nature. We don't control it. And so it was a pleasant surprise to have this cloud coverage, as it's challenged me to look for new compositions and different types of compositions with this atmosphere that I'm in. I've been so fortunate though, and so I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to actually head on home now. Can't wait to process these images. I'm hoping I get one or two nice shots. If you've enjoyed this week's episode, can you do me a huge favor and hit the like button as well as the subscribe button? This lets YouTube know that you like this content and want to see more of it. That'd be a huge encouragement for me. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me this week. I hope to see you again next time. And until then, go out and capture the world.